Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Randy and today I'm going to show you something really exciting. As some of you may know, my fiance and I recently got some land last year and we are starting the building process for our dream home this year. While it is 20 acres, there are a lot of low points on the land, so not all of it is completely usable, but either way we're just going little bit by little bit and we're starting with the garage and the greenhouse. So this video is starting phase 1. I just thought it'd be really fun to take you guys along on a journey if any of you are wanting to build your dream home on some land and maybe start a little homestead. I don't think we're getting cows or anything crazy, but I do want some chickens one day, but it's all going to be a really slow process. And just so you guys know, my fiance does own his own construction company, which is why we're able to do this and build our own house. By that I mean him build it for us. I'm just part of the planning process and ideas and moral support, of course. It's currently mid-February and we live in North Carolina, kind of at the base of the mountains, so the weather is a little chilly here still, but we do have the greenhouse started. I'm hoping we can get some garden beds up by spring and I can start the gardening process here. We already bought a bunch of bulbs and some fun stuff to plant on the property, so hopefully we'll have some life growing here soon. But right now there's a lot of mud. So let me show you what we've got so far with the greenhouse. So this is the greenhouse and we actually got it from Amazon and we have it all assembled. However, we do need a good base platform so it doesn't shift, and it has shifted a lot and it's really flimsy and cheap from Amazon. We're not really that happy with it, to be honest. So if you were thinking about getting a greenhouse from Amazon, I would probably just not, but we're gonna make it work.
So what our plans are is we're gonna do 3 layers of block all around the perimeter of the greenhouse, and we're going to line it with natural stone. We're going to show you the garage next, and that's going to be a good example of how it's going to look at the end of the project.
So that stone base is going to help keep this more stable, and also it'll help keep the cold air from the outside and like bugs and stuff from the outside from getting in.
And it'll look aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, and it'll look aesthetically pleasing. He was also going to make some stone stairs leading up to the doors, since there is going to be the stone mini wall down here. And right outside of the stone stairs, I have a bunch of bulbs and stuff that I'm going to plant a bunch of pretty spring flowers around the greenhouse once we get it like in the position where we want it. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we have in the greenhouse so far. Okay, so here we have the inside of the greenhouse. As you can see, we have wood holding it together because the metal panels that it came with were so thin and flimsy, you could literally bend them in half like too easily. So we wanted it to have some structural integrity. As you can see, there's some panels missing because it's so cheap, they just keep falling out. Like I said, would not totally recommend the greenhouses from Amazon. We are gonna paint these black so that all blends in later, and hopefully once we get it up on the wall platform and get a floor built, it won't shift as much and the panels will stay in place. But currently for the flooring, we just have all this gravel, so it's gonna be a little loud as we're walking around. And as you can see in the back, it's already shifted quite a bit. Like that mud is just all that is shifted. So here are all the plants that we have in here right now. They are pretty dead from it being winter. We didn't get them in here until pretty late in the season, so it wasn't like they went straight from spring or summer into the greenhouse. A lot of these are fruit trees and fruit bushes. This one is a blueberry bush, that's a fig tree. We have a lime and an orange. We have some pears and avocado. We have like a bunch of random fruit trees, so that'll be more exciting to see once they're actually alive. In the back here somewhere, I do plan on thrifting a shelf so that I can put all of my pots and potting supplies and soil and stuff all organized in here. And I do want some little tables along the side too, so I can use them as potting tables so that when I'm ready to repot my plants, I can do that all in here. But this is the greenhouse, and it's honestly just at least keeping the plants alive for the winter instead of letting them freeze outside and die. We do plan to eventually plant some of these into the ground, but we are going to experiment and see what trees will thrive in the greenhouse in a pot versus how it would thrive outside in the ground. Since this is North Carolina, we get some pretty cold winters, so not all fruit trees survive here in the winter. So as you can see, we have some greenery in the middle. We're not sure what type of plant this is, but it seems to survive the North Carolina winters, so we really like the way it looks. It gives it some life in the winter, and I like how it kind of sections out this area to where you can have 2 entrances to the greenhouse. So the plan is when we build the foundation for the greenhouse, we're going to center the greenhouse with the centerpiece here, and we're gonna fill out the centerpiece with a bunch of flowers that we got for spring. So it'll be a combination of flowers and this greenery, and it'll be a really pretty entryway piece for the greenhouse area. Then right next to the greenhouse, you pan over and we've got this really gorgeous tree that has clearly been here for a very long time. And then there's this other tree right next to it that has also been here for a long time, and we both want to keep these trees because they're just so pretty. And I thought right in between these 2 trees would be the perfect place for the garden beds. So since we have the greenhouse to the right here, the garden to the left. We already have 3 garden beds at our current house, so we may just go ahead and move those over here to save money. So I'm hoping we can have those up by spring so I can start a fun little garden out here. So here is a bigger overview of where the garden will be. We're obviously starting with just the 3 beds, but I hope that one day it will be expanded and be a really big dream garden. But everything is just going to be in phases, so we're starting smaller or with what we already have. There are a lot of deer around here, and I already know that there's going to be a lot of animals trying to eat my garden, so we're eventually going to put a fence around the garden as well. And we really love the natural look of this tree right here and how it's just got the perfect little V. So we were thinking of getting one of those really big skeletons for like Halloween time and then putting a Santa hat on him during Christmas. We just thought it would be a fun way to decorate the tree, but we're not sure yet. Let me know if you have any fun ideas on what to do with this tree. So then as you pan around further, we have towards the back of the property, there was an existing house that we had to demolish, so we have a lot of random things laying around here right now. But we are thinking that in the very back here, we want to build the house. We're not sure on the exact location quite yet, but we do know that we want it somewhere back here so it's a bit more quiet. And then as you pan more, we have more room here to the right and lots of land. So to the right of the house on this part of land, we're hoping to build some sort of artificial pond. I don't know, I really like the idea of having some sort of outdoor natural water area that is just calming and pretty and peaceful so that when you look out your window it's very gorgeous. So we will keep you updated on that. And then as we pan even further, we have the garage, aka my fiance's business's headquarters. This has been the main part of phase 1, and I feel like I'm a little late in sharing this process, honestly, even though the majority of the land is still mud. But we do have this huge garage up already, but we have all the concrete laid and the whole exterior finished. So that's what we're going to show you next.
So this is going to be MALC construction headquarters. The building is 50 by 120 long, and in this corner over here it's going to have one office, living room and kitchen for lounging, and then the rest of it 100 feet about from right here down, it's going to have a mechanics bay, welding shop, and a woodworking area. And we'll be able to do maintenance and have a garage post lift here for mechanical.
We're also going to add a little mini gym in here just temporarily, since we probably won't start the construction on our new home for a little while, probably the end of this year. So we're just going to make a little space to work out here until we can get our home gym made in our future home, since we already have all the equipment and stuff in our current home and it does not fit the space.
This is going to be the same pattern that's going to be on the greenhouse. This is 5 feet in height as far as the stone goes, but on the greenhouse we're only going to do 3 courses, which is roughly 24 inches, 2 feet, and then the rest is going to be the greenhouse panels.
So as you can see, everything is kind of a muddy mess right now. I am wearing my rain boots through this mud, and we're gonna change shoes before we actually go into the garage so we don't get it all muddy. So sorry for the sounds, but this is how we power the lights in the garage currently, and it is on sensors, so he's walking to show you them turning on. So I'm gonna walk over here and show you guys some of the framing. Shout out to Lowe's for giving this to us. So as you can see, we've got the framing along the wall back here, and this is going to be where the living headquarters is going to be. And over to the right is going to be Miguel's office.
This corner over here is going to be the office. It's going to be 16 by 24 feet, and this right here is going to be the office bathroom. There's going to be a door framed over here. It's going to be the living quarters. bathroom right here, and then there's going to be another wall right here all the way through, and on this side is going to be the shop bathroom for the garage.
And that is the garage so far. So that's all the updates that we have so far, but I will keep you updated on this phase once we get the headquarters done, and just as we get more done, I will show you guys the updates. Obviously, we're in a pretty early phase of this project, so if you guys have any fun ideas for any things that we could add or include, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. We'd love to hear any of your suggestions and ideas, since this is our dream home and we're only building it once, so we want to have as much input as possible. If you guys would like to follow us along in this journey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. And you can also find me on Instagram as well, because sometimes I post updates there too. And with that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.